Ms Legalista here. Welcome. We are going to be taking a look at, the Chrisley family in this video. As you know, Todd and Julie Chrisley were sentenced a while back. They are now serving their sentences in prison. Yeah. But they left behind children and a grandchild, which are having, it's having some impact on them. And I wanted to just revisit Savannah Chrisley's Instagram page because she's been sharing some of this and how hard it has been. Now, I'm not trying to bring this up so that we can have necessarily sympathies for people who may have done some things wrong, but it's just to take a moment to understand that the whole family suffers. It's not just those people who are serving the sentence. And she speaks very deeply and shares some of this because a lot of times there are tons of families out there who are going through some of this. They don't necessarily always have the support system and friends around them in a community who can help them stay strong. Let's put it that way. But let me go to her Instagram here, and I mean, she's look. She's got 2.7 million followers, okay? But that doesn't mean that's your village, right? That there may be some people up there who follow her for the reasons that are not reasons of support and love. Let's just remember that. There's some people that are just fans or some people who are haters and they're just there because that's where they want to be. But she does have a fan base who can help her. Most of us have much smaller fan bases, communities of support. But those communities, even small, can be just as strong. But yeah, there are plenty of people who are going through this. But I wanted to highlight some of what she is saying in one of her latest Instagram posts here. And it says, as this holiday weekend, let me make sure everything looks good. Sorry. As this holiday weekend rolls around, all I feel is grief. In 25 years, I've never spent a single holiday without my sweet mama and daddy. Not only is Easter this weekend, but my daddy's birthday is tomorrow. Oh, how I pray for time to fly. Can it be Monday already? When you lose someone special, your world lacks its celebratory qualities. Holidays magnify that loss. The sadness deepens and loneliness can feel isolating. The sadness deepens and loneliness can feel isolating. Okay, I guess I should get a little closer. What I have learned is the need for support may be the greatest during the holidays. Pretending you don't hurt and or it isn't a harder time of the year is just not the truth for you, but you can and will get through the holidays. Rather than avoiding the feelings of grief, lean into them. It is not the grief you want to avoid, it is the pain. No one can take that pain away, but grief is not just pain. Grief is love. I love you, mama and daddy. Did you know more than 58% of the women in state and federal prison and nearly 80% of women in local jails have children who are minors? Over 5 million children in the United States have experienced the incarceration of a parent. And yeah, I think that's a really good statement for her to include here because it brings back up something that I want to talk about. And let me get rid of that. During, when they were trying to figure out what the sentencing was going to look like, one of the things that they were trying to do was to not have both Todd and Chrisley serve their sentences at the same time. That way, you would still have a parent who was able to be in the lives of those children. There's there needs to be a way to think about how we have people serve their sentences, but not have it be so traumatic on the rest of the family. And when I'm talking about family, I'm talking about children and grandchildren and people who look to those parents to help bring them up. And so I'm not just talking about this in terms of the Chrisleys, but in terms of how we think about what incarceration needs to look like. They didn't have to put both of them in jail at the same time. They could have taken into account those children and staggered their sentences in terms of when one serves and when the other serves. We can do incarceration with compassion and take these sorts of things into account. So just wanted to bring that back up. And she's right. It's, as I said before I even started looking at her post, it affects the whole family. So there needs to be a way for us to figure out how you serve the time, but do it in a way that doesn't cause more harm. Sort of like being the doctor, right? Do no harm. We don't want to do any further harm here, because I don't think that that's what the goal of it is. The goals are for you to, okay, get whatever punishment, and then maybe there's some rehabilitation so that you don't do it, and then it also serves as a deterrence to other people. Okay, we get all that, but we can do that in a way that minimizes harm to others. So it's just sort of something to think about. You can agree with me or or totally disagree with me in the comments. I've had many people say, Sheila, no, they did the crime. They need to serve the time. Plenty of people say that to me all the time. They totally disagree with me. And you are definitely entitled to have your opinion about this. And you guys, I am, if you see me constantly, I do this in like every video. My allergies are so bad. And when I go out for a run in the morning, I come back and I spend the first part of the day trying to get my senses back right. My eyes like then water for the rest of the morning. And here I am trying to do a video and I cannot do it. I have to blow my nose. You guys probably don't want to hear that part, but I wind up having to blow my nose, constantly. My allergies have gotten much better over the years. Okay, I will say that. This is a good thing. We're at a good point now. But yeah, it was very windy this morning. Well, not very, but it was windy this morning. So even when I was running, I was literally like having to pat my eyes, and I'm totally off subject now. And I should just end the video. But that's our update for the Chrisleys. We know that yes, they are serving their time. We know that they have Savannah. They have, when you have a minor still, not Savannah, the son, and then you have the granddaughter. So yeah, and I can't remember how old the son is. He's a little bit older now, so you know he's probably in an okay place in terms of what okay could look like under these circumstances. But again, very tough for the children, very tough for Chloe also. You guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts. If I'm totally wrong about this, let me know. Maybe you think something entirely different. I'm open to hearing your thoughts. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.